What's up YouTube? Pat the Car Guy here from OregonCarSearch.com at Gresham Toyota, your gateway to adventure. Talking to you about this beautiful 2021 4Runner sr5 Premium we have here. This one is sold, but if you're looking for one, we got lots of more 21s coming and I'd love to help you out. Let's start off up front with what's new for 21. Besides new color choices, we now have standard LED fog lights and LED headlights. You might see on another video on my channel, I did a video at night showing you what these look like. The LED is just the low beam, the high beam is halogen. Starting on the 2020 models, we now have a safety sense on the 4Runner, so that's this radar sensor here. Also, they changed up the grille with the addition of this chrome strip. Additionally, the Toyota Safety Sense is going to have this camera here, which is for your lane departure warning, as well as your automatic high beams. Another thing that's new for this vehicle, started last year, is the smart keyless entry on driver's door, passenger door, as well as the rear hatch. So I can come back here, just open up that rear hatch. This vehicle comes with the all-weather floor mats and rear cargo tray, as well as a Toyota first aid kit and a cargo net. Back here we've got a built-in inverter, 400 watt max on that. Over here is your jack and tools. Spare tire is going to be underneath. This is the access port to drop it down. Full tow package with 5,000 pound tow capacity. These buttons here on the rear hatch are to roll down your rear window. There's also a switch to do that from the driver's seat. This one is also equipped with that power tilt slight moonroof. Let's take a look in the back seat real quick. We've got two fast charging USBs back here. The center armrest has some cup holders. You can, with this release, just fold down that middle portion if maybe you got some skis or snowboards you were trying to bring along with you. To fold the seats down completely, you're going to want to pull the bottom up first, release the back, and then release the headrest. It'll fold pretty darn flat. This lever down here is to recline the seats. As you can see, they can have different seating positions there. Auto up and down on all window positions in the 4Runner. You got a full power driver's seat. All your power options are on the driver's door. Also here we've got your power mirrors, your auto high beams. This dial here will help you adjust the brightness of your dash lights. This down here is a windshield wiper De-Icer grid. I'll show you what that is real quick. You're definitely familiar with the defroster on a rear window. This, you can maybe see here, is a defroster built in just where your windshield wipers sit. Keep them from getting froze up. This is how you turn on that inverter in the rear, and there is 100 watt and 400 watt settings to the inverter. To start the car, foot's on the brake, press the start button. It's going to start right up every time, unless of course it has a dead battery. Turn it off, just turn it off. If your foot's not on the brake, it's the same function as the first click of a normal keyed car. The second click is the same as the second turn of a normal keyed vehicle. It's never going to start the engine though, unless first your foot's on the brake and then you press the start button. The left stalk is all about lighting, so you can have it in the DRL mode, you can have it all the way on. You know, the high beams on by pressing forward, but they're not on right now because the auto function recognizes that it's daylight out, and that would just be silly. So it says auto. If you turn it off auto, then we got high beams on. Turn it on auto, they're off. The inner ring here on the left stalk is for your fog lights. The right stalk down is going to be for your front wipers. You can twist the end for the rear wiper. The inner ring there is to adjust your intermittents. The left side of the steering wheel, we've got volume control. These up and down arrows are going to skip through tracks or preset stations in your radio. Mode will take you from AM to FM to satellite radio or other audio sources. These buttons are for your cell phone, like answering a call or ignoring one. You also have voice control. When you're properly paired up with Apple CarPlay, you can press and hold on this. It'll bring up Siri. You can ask Siri to do whatever you'd like. These controls here with your right hand, left to right, will give you different types of information in this display. Some of those menus you can press up and down, and it'll give you further types of information based on that information type. These buttons down here, this one is for to turn on and off the lane departure warning system. The other one's to adjust following distance with your radar cruise control. This new Toyota does not have normal cruise control, it's radar cruise control. So basically what's different with that is when you set your cruise control, you're setting a maximum speed. Let's say it's 60 miles an hour. You're only gonna go 60 miles an hour if there's no vehicle in front of you. If there is a vehicle in front of you, you're going however fast that car is, and your only choice then is to adjust how closely you're following them. A long, medium, or short following distance. That's this button here. Turning on and off your cruise control is just like it's always been in the Toyota, with this little toggle here on the end, down to set it, speed up, slow down, cancel. Climate control. This left dial here is your fan speed. The middle dial is what direction you're having the air blowing, and the right dial is the temperature. This button here activates your rear defrost as well as heats up your outside mirrors. This gets you recirculated air. Really important button for those wildfires we had a couple weeks back. Your 4-wheel drive system we'll get to in a second. This USB port is the only one that's going to interface with the car for your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Menu. You can press the setup button. You can customize some settings on the vehicle. One thing that I always customize on my car is the lighting setting. I like my lights to stay on as long as possible when I get home, just because I live kind of out in the country and I like to let the dogs out and run around as soon as I get home. So I want the lights to stay on as long as possible so I can kind of keep an eye on them while they're running around. The default setting though, however, is 30 seconds rather. You can have change it to off, which means that the lights turn off immediately as soon as you turn off the car. We'll put it back to that default setting for you. Another thing that some people like to change, or I like to change, because pretty much I take the dogs everywhere with me when I'm not working, so I want all the doors to open up so it's easy for me to get them loaded up. But for safety reasons, the default setting, and maybe the setting you want it on, is just the driver's door. Meaning when you approach the vehicle and grab that driver's door handle, it's only going to unlock that door. If you had this selected, it would unlock all doors when you grab that driver's door. Other things you might want to customize as well would be like the home screen. The home screen right now is set up with Navi on the right, phone information in the bottom left, and audio information in the upper left. You can change that layout here and have just 2 types of information, or maybe you want 4 types of information, and then you can select what information are going in those blocks right there. Down here we've got your heated seat controls for driver and passenger. This is the button to roll up and down that rear window. To work your moonroof, if you just hold on that slide button for an extra second, it'll go all the way for you. If you just tap it, it's just going to go a little bit. So open or close, just hold it for an extra second and it'll go the whole way for you. These other buttons here to the far right, it's just going to give you that tilt up in the rear. These buttons here are programmable for garage door openers. You've got active traction control as well as downhill assist and traction control off. It is an auto dimming rear view mirror. Let's go take a look at this 4-wheel drive system. when activating your four-wheel drive system, you want to make sure you actually need to be using four-wheel drive. So you want to be on loose surfaces. So I always take it back here to our gravel parking lot, and I'll slow down, but we're keeping the vehicle moving, going from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive, right like that. It's going to indicate here. Once it stops blinking, it lets us know that we're engaged. So now four-wheel drive is engaged. We're in high range four-wheel drive. We're going to come to a complete stop, put the automatic transmission in neutral, put the transfer case selector into low range four-wheel drive. You will notice that it turns off pretty much all safety equipment or all advanced safety equipment when doing that. So now that we're in low range four-wheel drive, I can put the transmission from neutral into drive. And we are now in low range four-wheel drive. To get out of low range four-wheel drive, same steps in reverse. So first thing we're going to do is come to a complete stop, put the transmission in neutral, go from low range four-wheel drive to high range four-wheel drive. My safety system's turned back on. Now I'm going to take the transmission out of neutral into drive. Now I'm in high range four-wheel drive. While rolling forward, I'm going to select two-wheel drive, and now I'm in two-wheel drive. Hopefully the video was helpful for you. Again, if you're in the market for one of these, I'd love to help you out. You can reach me directly through my website, OregonCarSource.com, or come on into Gresham Toyota and ask for Pat. Have a great day.